Hi, welcome to the 32nd video of Old Guys Gentlemen Flippers. And I think I can probably do this video in a little bit shorter time than what I normally do. This will be a review of the Shirogorov Hati. I got this recently from Recon 1. They were gone within minutes, I think. And this is the Shirogorov Hati R with an M390 blade. It's blue CF twill, titanium handle. It's anodized a nice subtle blue. It's got a 3.75 inch stone washed blade. But I tell you, I measured it and it's really closer to 4 inches. By the way, that's my new Wicked Edge sharpening on the blade there. Turned out pretty well. The overall length is 8.75 inches. It weighs about 4.2 ounces, and it's basically like the 95 T, but this one has CF on it. And there's a few other little differences that I'll show you in a bit. It's a 3D machine textured blue CF twill handle. Yeah, what else? Runs on MRBS, which means that there are 3 little raceways of bearings in here. And I think that's overkill, by the way. Once you have a single row bearing system, then all of the action is kind of determined by the detent and lock bar pressure. It's got that beautiful closing action. Let's try that again. There we go. It's got a real nice flipper. I was talking to my brother recently, and I was telling him how it's kind of wicked to open it, makes that nice sound, and it's kind of sublime to close it. I don't know if I'm overusing my adjectives here. It's got a 3D machined backspacer, and this blue, at first I looked at it and said, well, it doesn't quite look like the regular gray, and that's because it's been, well, here, let me show you the 95T so you can see the difference. It's blue. Tip up 3D machine pocket clip, which is, let's talk about some of the differences. I think the pocket clip is nearly the same. Of course, this one doesn't have the turtle machining that this has on it. I noticed that the blade leaf up here is different. Just noticed this one didn't have a bear on the blade. What else? Of course, this one has this 3D machined spacer, where this one just has the single unit spacer. The lanyard holes are different. Looks like for this one you'd have to pull it apart, but that's not a problem, I guess, if you use lanyards. Okay, so what I like about it is the flipping is great, the drop close is great, fit and finish is great, the blue CF twill looks really nice. It's got a good grip. I mean, it's it's not textured like the 95T, but just the shape of it, it feels really firm, and it's got this nice jimping up here. It's also a bit lighter than this. I think this is like around 4.4, 4.5 ounces. So you save a few ounces, or points of ounces. What I don't like is that it's expensive. I think these things are worth it, but I think the hype pushes the value up by at least 50%, and I'm a sucker for it. It's big. It's listed at 3.75 inches. but it's big. It's listed at 3.75 inches, but I don't know where they get that. Yeah, so I don't know where they get that, because if you put this on here, put the heel of the blade on there, it's at least 4 inches. I couldn't figure out any way to get 3.875 out of it. I'm getting more used to it. When I first got this knife, I thought, man, this is just too big. But now I think also because this is lighter, it just feels like a little bit smaller knife. This is more typical. This is a Shirogorov Neon Ultralight, and this is more easily used in public. Although I think that because of this color on this thing, I think that softens the deathly look of these things. Sharpening is a little difficult with actually all the Shirogorov knives, because I use like a KME and now I use a Wicked Edge, but you set this up in your clamp, whether it's horizontal for the KME or like this, but basically you're using your stone, unless you have this set right, the stone comes here and you can kind of see how you end up, in order to get this, you're going to be hitting this. So what I've ended up doing is disassembling it. I don't know if I finished the discussion on the bearings. There's 3 rows of bearings there. So all in all, actually my overall impression is when I got this thing, my first thought was, well, this is just like this one. But there really are enough differences here, and in terms of the beauty and the look, it's really a cool knife. I'll be keeping all of these in my collection and using them every day. I only put them through light use, so probably the worst thing that'll happen to them is it'll get glue on the edge. But so anyhow, I hope that had some value for you. These are really some of my favorite knives, other than at a much lower price, the Ferrum Forge Scepter. It has the same kind of, it has the same kind of closing action. Nice flip, although not as commanding as these. And this is really kind of thick and stubby compared to those. And you can kind of see it's also a much smaller knife. So anyhow, I hope you got some value out of that, and until next time, bye.